Okay, from your desktop, you're going to start SOLIDWORKS 2018-2019. Okay, you're going to go File, New, and again, we're going to start with a part. Okay, you're going to start drawing this part in the top plane. Okay, you're going to start setting up some reference geometry, which is going to represent your workpiece that you're going to, basically the stock that you're using. So I want you to make a triangle, or make a rectangle. Make this side of the rectangle the dimensions that you have in your print of the workpiece, which is 10.75 long, or I'm sorry, not 10 point, that's 10.75 high, 16.75 long by 10.75. All right, now this rectangle, or the geometry, is going to be, so what I just did there, I highlighted it, but this is just reference geometry, so you're going to use it for construction. So it's basically going to show up as a center line, and then you'll come over and close that sketch. Now you're going to start another sketch. You start another sketch on the top plane, so you select the top plane, start another sketch, and you're going to draw your rectangle. Now the reason, draw your triangle, the reason that you're using the reference geometry is because to make sure you use as much of that material as possible. All right, so let's just say this is my triangle. All right, based on the type of triangle you have is,
I got it.
okay. Based on the type of triangle you have is basically how you're going to apply an angular dimensions to this part. So, okay, so if you notice I have that dimension and that angular dimension, I can delete that, and I can always, apply, for those of you that are doing the equilateral triangle, I can say, okay, that point, and if I right click on here and I can select the midpoint and make those two coincident, then there's my equilateral triangle. All right, so let's say this is my triangle. Then from this point, here's my two-dimensional sketch. I'm going to turn it into three-dimensional geometry. I'll go up to Features, Extrude Boss Base, and I'm going to extrude that a 1/4 inch thick, and accept that. All right. Now to apply. Okay. Now to apply the centroid triangle theorem to verify that on here, you're going to start another sketch on that surface of your triangle, and this time you're going to just use all center lines. So you're going to go from the vertice here to let it snap to the midpoint. All right. Again, center line from the vertice to the opposite midpoint. Again, one last one, center line, vertice, and to the midpoint. Now, where all those points intersect, that should be your center of gravity or center of mass. All right, and at that point, we're going to put a hole, and that's where the string is going to go. Okay, now that you got those three lines on there, what you're going to do is make an intersection where these two lines, where any of these two lines meet, or three lines meet. So you hold your control key down, select this line, any two lines, and then you go up to point, and you'll notice it'll create that coincident intersection. All right, now close that sketch, and then you're going to start another sketch on that surface. Grab a circle and it should snap to that intersection. Notice how it's making this the center point of that circle coincident with the intersection. Let's do a smart dimension, and let's make this 1/8 of an inch, diameter of 1/8 of an inch. Go features, extrude cut, do through all, and then accept that, and then you should have a hole right where your construction lines intersect. From here, to verify that you have the correct center of gravity, you can use SolidWorks. Since this is a solid model, this part has mass. You go up to evaluate, you go into mass props, and then the center of mass should show up right where you proved that triangle theorem. Alright, now in the next video I'm going to show you how to basically make the drawing of this part and then send it to the laser. Thank you.